Counter-Strike is a beautiful game of skill and strategy. But what makes it even more beautiful is that nobody can predict what's gonna happen in this game, and the game can turn around at any given time. And it's so much fun to watch, especially when there are comebacks involved. At one given moment, you might think that the game is pretty much done and dusted, but that's exactly when the comeback begins, and so does the fun. Here are our top 5 comebacks of CSGO. At the recently concluded IEM Katowice Major, ENCE made a Cinderella story come true.
And if you check the form books, the betting, you would know they are massive favourites. But that's what's been against the next team all the way through this tournament. They are underdogs, but they are here to win.
ENCE picked Mirage and won with relative ease. The second map was Inferno and the third one was Overpass. Liquid were believed to be the stronger team on both these maps. On map number 2, Liquid were already at map point. If this game went to map number 3, then the series would be tied at 1-1 and Liquid would have a really good chance of winning. They needed to shut down Liquid then and there, and that's when they pulled off a huge comeback to force Inferno into overtime and end the game 2-0, knocking one of the tournament favorites out of the competition and surprising the world.
In 2 separate angles, not gonna happen, and ENCE will come back into overtime.
At number 4 is Liquid vs Luminosity. It was the semi-finals of the MLG Columbus Major in 2016. The Brazilian squad had chosen Mirage as their map pick, but somehow Liquid found their way to the map point at 15-9. This round broke Liquid's momentum and let Luminosity drag the map into overtime. That play also earned coldzera his own graffiti on Mirage, immortalizing his jumping double op shot.
Comes once again, the first base is Adren, he's going to hit the ground there as Cold. Oh! What? A jumping double from Cold! What is going on right now? How does he do this? Cold has saved Luminosity with the AWP play. Unthinkable scenes there on the B apartments.
At number 3 is Fnatic vs Envyus from the ESL 1 Cologne 2015. Fnatic was in their peak form. They were up against the French squad of Envyus. Fnatic showed the world why they were the most dominant team in that year. Everyone on Fnatic stepped up individually and played out of their minds to bait, fake, and pull Envyus apart and push the game into overtime. Even then, they did not take their foot off the gas. They made one of the most outrageous decisions in Counter-Strike. They bought 4 AWPs in the third round of overtime.
Look at the guns, 4 AWPs, Fnatic, they're ready to shoot some ducks as they cross the middle. It's going to be a challenge, and Apex, not in this lifetime, he is destroyed.
Which made sure that nobody from Envyus could cross into the B site. And then they immediately rushed to secure the bomb plant and eventually the map.
The supporter flusher, and this will be Fnatic taking map 1 on Dust 2, 19-15.
An absolutely epic comeback here from Fnatic.
Absolutely.
Taking up the second spot is NIP vs Verygames. This is one of those old CSGO matches where Ninjas in Pajamas were in their prime and the French Verygames was the top contender. In the ESEA Invitational Season 13, Verygames had a phenomenal 13-2 lead on the CT side in the first half of Nuke. NIP mounted one of the greatest comebacks by winning 14 rounds in a row to defeat Verygames 16-13 and not losing a single round in the second half.
Right though, 1 versus 2, and he does go down, that's game. Great job there by the Ninjas in Pajamas, good comeback.
The number 1 spot definitely belongs to Fnatic vs LDLC from the DreamHack Winter 2014 for the famous, the infamous Boostmeister incident.
Standing gamer though, do they have a weird boost going on currently? Yes,
look at this boost.
Oh my god,
this is beautiful.
He can look over to the restrooms as well. This is Pronax being a genius. They did warn us that they had been planning something, and
Fnatic have already shown us that they can pull a rabbit out of the hat to do a magic trick and then turn the game around using that magic. But this time they did not just turn the game around, They got on top of it, quite literally. LDLC were leading Overpass with a 12-3 score, but Fnatic had the classic boost trick ready for them. They used that boost, which gave them complete control over B short and let them see over other walls. LDLC had no idea where they were getting shot from.
No, I think he's just jumping. There it is. All of Master. He's raining down death from above. He's essentially just a god picking people out.
And by the time they realized it, it was already too late. This was the most ridiculous comeback the world has ever seen. Unfortunately, even though Fnatic made their comeback using the Boostmeister, LDLC cried foul and accused Fnatic of exploiting bugs and called the boost illegal. The admins of the tournament were in a tough spot. Nothing like this had ever been attempted before, so they had no idea how to react to the situation. The tournament organizer decided that the match would be replayed, but Fnatic were pissed and they forfeited the match. And hence perhaps even the greatest trick that anyone has ever seen in CSGO probably just went to waste. Those were our top 5 comebacks. Let us know what you think should have made it to the list.
I'm coming home.